You found us.
Welcome to Emergency Protocol, a podcast for people who are stressy and depressy.
We are your hosts,
Denise
and Jackie Freed. That's my mama.
And that's my baby.
We are sharing our 12 steps reimagined for today's society.
And our bumpy, pothole-ridden spiritual paths.
And we're bringing you along for the ride.
This is us doing the actual work.
When the shit hits the fan, you know it's time for Emergency Protocol.
Hi.
Hi.
Yep. We're just heavy protocol over here.
We are protocoling.
We're protocoling hard. Mom and hard. Protocoling hard. Living the, yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, how's it going over there in Washoe Town?
It's going. Yeah, just a lot happening.
I want to know actually what the overall feeling in the area was this week after the elections on Tuesday. What was the sentiment there?
It's hard to say for like the broader community because I'm not super tapped into that, but at least the people in my classes were like happy and seemed like in a uplifted mood, I think. Yeah.
Are many of them tied into politics at all, or yeah.
They
College campus.
Work in policy. They at least a lot have come here from DC. Yeah, a lot from Chicago. So a lot of people from a lot of cities that are being like very impacted right now, and also just in general, like people who care about civic engagement. So
okay.
Yeah,
that would make sense in one of the highest rated schools of social work in the country. So yeah, that actually does make sense.
It tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of social work, I got to be in a small, cozy room in Summerlin with Brené Brown this week.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
The most famous social worker maybe ever.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
It's so funny because I don't even know what I would equate her social. You know what I mean? Like it is social work. It is social work. And
no, like that's literally what she is.
no, literally she's like a doctor and has her master's and her undergrad in social work. And it's fascinating how she's applied it, to so many different areas of, I want to say, commerce and military, sports. Like she crosses a lot of, she was like, I was on a call earlier today about supply chain and blah, blah. I was like, and then talking about, dealing with the military and then talking about dealing with athletes and sports, like leaders, mostly leaders. She's dealing with C-suites and leaders of organizations, large organizations that need systems and structures in place to function properly.
Yeah.
And that's super cool.
I mean, that's what's cool about this field is that it is like person and environment thinking as opposed to like more traditional like psychoanalytical practice where it's very much about like the individual and their mind and, unconscious mind. And yeah, social work is very like broad picture, like you are a person with all these relationships, engaging with all these different systems.
Yeah. And then this weekend coming up, not today weekend, but next weekend, I'm going up for a whole different flavor of Godmother, which is, you know how bad I am with names, Laura Lynn something, who wrote a book
Okay.
called Signs.
Mm. Oh.
And she's a medium. So I'm going to go into the woo woo next weekend, which I also love. And signs, speaking of signs, I gave my brother another code word to find me. So we'll see if he does.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you know after once it shows up what it is and
Yeah.
how it showed up. But
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Last time when I talked about it last week was the Mongoose. So we'll see
Yes.
what the next iteration turns out
Mm.
and how it shows up. It'll be very interesting. So
Yeah.
I am really just trying to stay in my spiritual path and
Mm.
be connected with that, and also trying to be more mindful, I guess, is where I'm at right now.
Mm.
Trying to take care of myself and be mindful and be of service and not be a doormat, and
Mm-hmm.
all of the things. It's like, how do you be of service and also maintain boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
right? How can you be loving but also firm? How can, like, practicing these principles in all of my affairs is sometimes easier and sometimes harder. It's never easy, but sometimes it requires me to be more mindful than others
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and more aware of my surroundings, whether that's, people, places, and things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I can't wait for 2025 to be over. It feels like the fires were just yesterday, but they weren't. And,
Mm.
it's just been a lot. It's a lot
Yeah.
to watch people getting kidnapped off the streets. It's a
Yeah.
lot to, you know, it's a lot to watch what's going on in the world. But, in all of that, I also feel very hopeful and very lucky and I definitely feel very privileged right now, because I can have the silliest things bother me. So yesterday I sent a text to my friend because Jeremy fucking White in his little tank shirt with his hot arms was
Mm.
talking about his favorite meal he had in
Uh,
LA, and it's on Abbott Kinney. And I'm like, don't fucking talk about Abbott Kinney on your platform. You're like, it's bad enough that what's that men's magazine fucking ruined it a while ago. What there was a men's magazine. What
GQ?
it might probably was GQ who named Abbott Kinney like years ago the coolest street in America, and it was like,
Uh,
fuck you, GQ. Now it turned into mom and pop individual stores to having an Adidas store and
yeah.
all of these corporate stores that don't need to make money, but they need to have their name on a street somewhere.
Yeah.
Like those stores don't,
Like a
so
flagship.
yes, or like their launch store, the first
Yeah.
like brick and mortar that they go from online to Abbott Kinney.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like, fuck me. Now we're never going to get a reservation in that place again.
But that's been the case on Abbot Kinney for a long time. Abbot Kinney has been getting less and less cool,
Yeah.
which again is just like part of the whole gentrification thing and, unfettered capitalism and blah blah, right? It's like it seemed like there, at least my understanding is that a lot of the landlords who owned properties there were pretty committed to like not having chains on the street. There were
Hmm.
like up until probably when I was in like high school. I think
Yeah.
that's when things started to shift. So like late 2000s, maybe or like early 2010s,
Right. Well,
mid
there was an
2010s.
association, a Venice Community Association, which held firm to that. And then, a few
Yes.
got in and started making money. And then it's hard to say no to money. There are some really still cool things like they do First
Yeah.
Fridays where all the food trucks come who can't afford a brick and mortar and
Mm-hmm.
do, a good amount of business on a Friday night where people are gathering and walking out
Mm,
together. Do you know what I
mhm.
mean? To
That's fair.
eat super cool different kinds of foods that they might not have tried otherwise,
Yeah.
and so that is, I remember the early days of that, probably a decade or more ago.
Yeah, that was around the same time as like food truck culture
Yeah,
really like accelerated in the like mid 2000s, late
right. And
2000s.
I think I credit Kogi
Yeah, that's
tacos with
definitely a
that.
big factor. There were a lot of like early trucks though too,
Yeah.
right? The Doughboys?
Yeah, but I think it was a combination of food trucks and like Instagram at the same time because they would post
Mm,
on Instagram where they would be, and then all
hmm.
these people would flock to that place, right? It was kind of
Yeah.
like if you know, you know kind of thing, which made it a little bit cooler to
Yeah.
go find this kind of crazy Korean taco. Like, who even heard of a
Mm,
Korean taco? What are you talking about? And
yeah.
it was and is freaking delicious, right? So,
Hmm.
and a totally different flavor, and a kind of an amalgamation of what LA is, right? Like,
Yeah.
a Korean taco is fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But then it gave rise to food truck shows and blah, blah, blah. And it became,
Mm,
yeah, again,
forgot about that show.
hmm
Wild.
wild. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I think it's, before that, food trucks were in LA like roach coaches, is what we called them. It was like, they'd pull up in front of construction sites and
Hmm.
feed workers. And that was it for food trucks.
Or it'd be like a late night spot
Right.
where you can get a taco at like 1 a.m.
Right. And there
Mhm.
are some in LA where there is a long line,
Yes.
waiting for those tacos
Yes.
after dark.
Hmm.
So, and I love that. I love that there's a way for people to make a living and share their flavors of life, right?
Mm.
Like, yeah. We're going to have Friendsgiving this week in the office, and I always ask people
Cute.
to bring a dish from their culture or heritage,
Mm.
or something that they just loved, or
Hmm.
something they wish was on the Thanksgiving table,
Mm.
which often includes a lighter salad or something that's not so
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
So we'll see what shows up. And we've had, I love to say, one year it ranged from samosas
Hmm.
to an actual loaf of Wonder Bread.
Amazing.
And the Wonder Bread, I was like, dude, what's with the Wonder Bread? He's like, it represents my childhood. Like, this is it. Like, I lived on this.
That's awesome. I love it.
So, and he was like going to slap some turkey and gravy and, whatever on it. And,
Yeah.
so anyway, we'll see what shows up to the communal table this week. And we also had did we have our wig party I think I probably already talked about that, but that was also
Mm.
fun. So I feel
Yes,
like
we
we're
did talk
going
about that.
into cozy season now. It's like, okay, break
Hmm.
out the sweaters. It's still pretty warm out. It's getting like LA is the 3 season kind of day where it's like buckle up for winter in the morning, and
Hmm.
then it's fall in the late morning, and then it's summer in the afternoon, and then it
Yeah.
goes back to winter at night.
Yes.
Which basically equates to like shorts, Uggs, and a puffer.
Yeah. Yes. Sleeveless puffer.
Sleeveless puffer.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's it. That's it.
That's it. And
Yeah.
then I have a bunch of like work stuff coming up, right? I'm got
Hmm.
a luxury retreat in Santa Barbara
Hmm.
next week, and I'm coming
Yeah.
to see you.
You are.
Hopefully, I noticed today that St. Louis was not one of the airports that was listed on the FAA impacted thing, but
Mm.
LAX
But LAX
is.
is. Yeah.
So we'll just see how it goes. Hopefully,
Just
the
get there
shutdown
early.
won't be for 2 more weeks.
Yes. The Trump Republican shutdown. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a great interview where somebody was asking how the Democrats are going to end, and I don't remember the man's name, but he was like, "Shouldn't you be asking it this way?" And he reframed it, and
Yeah.
it was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I think Cory Booker reshared it, but
I don't.
it was really great.
Yeah. It was one of the mayors. I don't remember which
Yeah.
one. Not Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm doing what I can. It's like, I started my little online fundraiser
Hmm.
for the West Side Food Bank
Hmm.
because, I think people who are on SNAP are already hungry. I mean, I remember being,
California funded SNAP. There's like
oh,
a handful of states that funded SNAP this week.
oh, good. All
Yeah.
right. Well, they're still hungry. I
Yes.
remember
Correct.
being on food stamps at a certain point when we were young, and
Mm.
my parents were broke and divorced and, trying to get by.
Mm.
And, there was never I mean, there was enough at the beginning of the month, there was not enough at the
Hmm.
end of the month. And we had to like pace ourselves. I remember mom getting mad because Damon and I ate like too many pieces of fruit like that she had just bought
Mm.
that was supposed to last. We didn't know it was supposed to last, right? We
No.
were just like, oh, delicious nectarines and plums, like wah, 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 as a kid, right? I think that informed a lot of my growing up too. Is like I
Hmm.
never wanted to be in that space again. I never wanted to be hungry.
Yeah.
And worry about
Mm.
hungry. And maybe that's where some of that weird fucking not enoughness comes from.
Mm.
Like why is my pantry so full of stuff that I don't cook often? Like I just keep buying stuff for the pantry that I don't actually often
Mm.
cook because I don't actually enjoy cooking that much anymore. But I'm
Yeah.
happy it's there. It was like the other night I was like, "Oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to make a chili bean and cheese burrito."
Mm.
And it was perfectly delicious for dinner,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's like, okay, I can just go in there and see what's in there and pull it out and make whatever I want out of it or find some noodles and add some whatever.
Yeah.
Ichiban, throw an egg in it and call it a
Hmm.
meal.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe that's where that food scarcity thing that I think I've passed on to. Well, I don't know if I've passed it on to you or Liv.
I think I have it more than Livy does.
Yeah.
But I also just love like ingredients. Like I love finding a new ingredient from a different culture. Or sometimes we'll go out to eat and I'll have something and I'm like, oh, like celery seed. I gotta get me some of that. Have I used it? No. But it was in a dish that I remember and it was very interesting. It caught my attention. So maybe I should just stop close reading the menus and just shut up and enjoy the food. That's
Yeah.
funny.
In our meeting,
Hmm.
we're going to be on step 2 this week.
Hmm.
And I was thinking about surrender and
Mm.
what it means to like admit, the first step where we're not okay, we have not been okay and we're not getting better on our own.
Hmm.
Like that one feels like the the first part of that is just an admission, right? Like that
Hmm.
we are not okay. Like to even say it aloud is such a big deal.
Yeah.
And that I've not been okay and that I'm not getting better on my own. Like I've
Hmm.
tried a bunch of different ways to get better and I'm not getting better. And then the second one is we believe we're worthy of getting better and that things will get better. It's so interesting to me. I mean, I think I had to work at that belief.
Mm,
I didn't just believe it.
mm-hmm.
I at first believed that others believed in me and that they also believed in themselves and got better, right?
Mm,
That I used the group as a kind of proof that it might be possible. If it's possible for all these other people to change their lives and get sober and have a meaningful life, that maybe
mm-hmm.
I could too. But then, and what that does, that step to me is all about hope. There was a quote that life is not meant to be positive, it's meant to be meaningful. Sometimes I think the worthy of getting better, things will get better is like, okay, things are just going to be positive all the time and life is going to be grand and I'm not going to, if
Mm-hmm.
I start doing this kind of work on myself, I will be immune to
Mm-hmm.
the adversity of life. And
Mm,
that's not true.
yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not true. And so the thing is, though, is that if I'm in step two, that I believe I'm worthy of getting better and that things will get better, like I can continually keep getting better on the inside. I can keep working on myself so that things are better
Mm-hmm.
than they are. And that sometimes is hard because if I want to get better, sometimes I have to do better.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't blame or look outside of myself.
Mm-hmm.
There is no knight in shining armor.
Mm-hmm.
No one's coming to save me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have to like take some hard looks at myself and see where it is that I'm participating in this
Yeah.
not okayness. Like, where am I keeping that going?
Mm-hmm.
And where do I need to change? So it also, the belief that I'm worthy allows for me to strive for the betterness, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
is also what it is too. It's like, if I believe I'm worthy of better, then I can't keep acting like I'm not worthy of better.
Mm-hmm.
And then what, as a result of that, has to change?
Mm-hmm.
What has to change?
It's like that little kid you sent me.
The which one?
That little kid, Max.
Oh, I love that kid. He's like
He
this
said
little
something very
Dalai
similar to
Lama.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
What did he say?
I think it was just about like we are unlimited or like we are limitless beings, and there was also another one that was like people are more willing to stay in the familiar hell than the like unfamiliar heaven or something like that. And then
Hmm.
also like if you want something and you're sitting there wondering like why you haven't gotten it, it's because you're not acting like you should have it, right? You're like not acting in alignment with what you want.
Mind you,
Yeah.
this kid's like 5 or 4 years old.
No,
Like,
no, no,
no,
no. He's like
6?
7. He's got to be 6 or 7.
Okay. But he's a little kid
He's
talking
he's yes.
like from
He's
the
one of
heavens.
those like indigo chill, whatever they call them. I don't know. There's like yeah. Anyways, in the like woo-woo community, there's like words for it. I don't know if it's like indigo child or something,
I feel like
something.
he's a little savant. He's just like one
Yeah.
of those kids who's channeling something bigger and is
Yes.
so cool. And his
Yeah.
name is Max something or other.
Yeah. He's like yeah. He's challenging information that's not normally accessible or like present for kids
Right.
his age.
Right. I think his name is
Like Chef
Chef Max
Max.
Can Cook. So you can look him
There you
up on
go.
Instagram. The coolest little kid. And yeah, I think it's how do you get in alignment? How do
Mm-hmm.
you act in a way that does bring more goodness to not to you
Mm-hmm.
and everyone around you, right? Like
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
things will get better. And I feel like this week was a week of that. We believe we're
Mm-hmm.
worthy of getting better and that things will get better. That New York voted in a socialist Democrat, New York City,
Who
like the
was
who's a Muslim,
A Muslim Indian born in like Uganda, I think.
some,
Something like that.
some crazy, like in the
Yeah.
most capitalistic, one of the most capitalistic
Yeah.
cities in America.
Yes. And people were all confused because he posted a video that was like, remember when we told you to stop donating money? You can restart that. And everybody was like, what are you talking about? You won. And it's like, no, typically a transition team, like the team that you hire to help you like merge between different administrations when there's an election, is
Hmm.
like funded, privately funded by like corporations or individual. You know what I mean? Like people who are
Mm.
purchasing influence. And they have not
Oh,
done that. So they're trying to crowdsource the
okay.
funds for the transition. So if you have a buck to spare for New York, spare it. You know, all those $2 add up. So,
They do. I was
yeah.
doing a donation to the Prop 50 Newsom campaign,
Mm-hmm.
and at a few days before the election, maybe a week before, I got an email from them saying, we've maxed out our funds, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't have if you can still donate, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to donate. We're funded. And I was
Yeah.
like, that was an interesting and then immediately got more emails from all different places asking for more money. I was like,
Yeah.
which one is it? Is it stop funding or because I made a donation that was scheduled to go until November 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it was a set
Mm-hmm.
amount every week until then
Mm-hmm.
so that people could count on that money. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
important too, even if it's just a little bit for a longer
Yeah.
period. It helps people be
Mm-hmm.
able to forecast what they can spend and how they can
Mm-hmm.
spend it. So if you can do it, I think it's more effective to do a little for longer than it is
Mm-hmm. One
long.
larger.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
one time. And that brings me to this other idea that Brene talked about last week, which was this idea of locking in. And she used the word lock in the idea of the River Thames.
Mm-hmm.
And when boats are going along the river, they have to get locked in at certain points to raise or lower the water levels
Mm-hmm.
so that they're on the level of the next phase beyond the gate, the next part of the river. And so she went over there and spent a couple hours with some lock master woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying, that at one point it was taking forever for this boat the water to rise. She's like, can't we speed this up and make the lock in
Mm-hmm.
faster? And the woman said, if you speed it up at all,
Mm-hmm.
even incrementally, 100% of the time, the boat will capsize. And it is not something that you can force. So you just have to let it rise how it's supposed to rise. And then I was getting to with that little bit of increment for a long period. There was a point where she said the river, well, the lock was a quarter of an inch off. She's like, okay, it's only a
Mm-hmm.
quarter of an inch. Can't we open the gate? It's just literally one quarter of an inch. And the woman says, it's a quarter of an inch times 130 miles of river on the other side of that gate. So no, we can't. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wow. Like the power of that was
Mm-hmm.
and how she framed it in her own life
Mm-hmm.
and into her work. She talked about the need to lock in when you're changing from coming from work to coming home. So she's like, don't
Transitions.
transitions.
Mm-hmm.
So don't ask me these two questions when I first get home. Don't say, how was your day?
Mm-hmm.
And don't ask me what's for dinner. Like y'all can fucking
Mm-hmm.
starve. I don't want to talk about my day. I'm still in my day. I need 20 minutes to get
Mm-hmm.
into my sweats and take my makeup off and
Mm-hmm.
like get comfortable. And I will get to dinner and we can talk about our days over dinner, but I don't want to talk about it when I'm coming in the door
Mm-hmm.
because I'm still in my day. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
transitioned yet. And she talked about a lot of transitions with how hard it is for military, when
Mm-hmm.
they are coming literally back from combat
Mm-hmm.
and have literally killed people,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're on a boat for 2 weeks coming home, kind of
Mm-hmm.
being able to talk with their peers about who know what they just went through together.
Yeah.
And then they're home and like they're just in a Walmart with their family buying milk. And it's like not, there's no transition, like 2 days later. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, and how do you transition from being a trained killer
Mm-hmm.
to a family person
Mm-hmm.
without any transition and how hard it is for people? So it was really an interesting conversation because everybody in the room like was like groaning when she was like when she talked about walking in because your dad would ask me that and I'd be like, my
Mm-hmm.
day's fine. Like, ugh, like I don't want to talk about my day. I never really
Mm-hmm.
realized that that's what it was. Like I needed a transition
Mm-hmm.
time. And then when I was talking to my sponsor about that idea this
Mm-hmm.
week, she was like, "Oh yeah, we had that rule in our family. We had 30 minutes when we came home where people just couldn't, we didn't want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
what was going on. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone needed time." And I was like, "Oh, huh. Okay.
Nice.
Interesting." So
Yeah.
I love learning new shit.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Learning's good.
Learning's good. And that's kind of the worthy of getting better, that things will get better. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can be a lifelong learner. I don't have to be like you are going to learn very specific things in a very specific amount of time for specific reasons. And I'm like all over the place. It's like, okay, in the last few weeks, or and we'll include next week, right? So just so that you can see the randomness and also specificity of
Mm.
what I want to learn from. So like
Mm-hmm.
I went to Hawaii. I had that thing. I went to this cool temple and kind of sat there in that. Came
Mm-hmm.
home. One of the next days I went and watched Oprah interview a woman named Anastasia who came here as a Romanian immigrant with
Mm-hmm.
nothing and built $1 billion beauty business from doing
Mm-hmm.
eyebrows and turned it into a cosmetics company with her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to see Timothy Snyder,
Mm-hmm.
who talked about his new book on freedom and talked about current politics in the framework of being a historian
Mm-hmm.
and what he was seeing in our country and what freedom may look like. This is
Mm-hmm.
on the heels of his last book, which was on tyranny. Highly
Mm-hmm.
recommend both of those. Then went up to see Brené Brown
Mm-hmm.
on Sunday. And then I'm going this week on Wednesday to hear Bobby Brown, who
Mm-hmm.
have been a frequent flyer of her shit
Mm-hmm.
forever. I don't
Mm-hmm.
really buy Bobby Brown makeup anymore, but I do buy Jones Road now, and I love her new line. And
Mm-hmm.
I love that she started a new line in her 60s and
Mm-hmm.
just
Oh,
is
wow.
super cool. And then this weekend, I'm going to go see Laura Lynn, and then I'm going to a luxury retreat in Santa Barbara, and I'll learn from whoever
Mm-hmm.
about what that is. Then I'm going to come see you. Like, I really make use of my city.
Well, I think you can now too. There was kind of this like golden, I mean, not golden age. I think LA's always had different cultural events and learnings and whatever, like people passing through. And COVID really shut all of that down, right? There used to be so many great speaker series and events and conferences and, all of that. In some ways, we're kind of getting back to where we were. But also, like, I was at the grocery store this morning and people are just coughing all around me, coughing into their hands, coughing in the air. And I'm just like,
Mm,
I do not want to be out in the world with
right.
all of this going around.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I did get COVID in June. Wait, when was I in Denver?
Yeah.
I was in Denver.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it was
before my birthday,
like
right?
late May. Yeah. Late May, early
So,
June.
so I feel like I'm COVID friendly at this point, but I got my flu shot literally at Costco. I was wandering through and this lady's like, "You want a flu shot?" I was like, "Yeah." I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hit me up. Like, let's do it. Here's my
That's
insurance." Bam.
hysterical.
Then I went and bought all my Costco stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and then that was right before I went to Hawaii. And I think
Yeah.
that's helpful. But I do notice in some places, like especially the Timothy Snyder thing, I was like the one of the youngest people there, which
Yeah.
I also find interesting. And quite a few people were wearing masks. And you should wear a mask if you're compromised in any way or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or for any reason.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we've learned to actually how
Except
to
kidnapping people.
accept kidnapping people. I shared a clip on Instagram that was put out by Brave New Films,
Mm.
owned by some friends of ours.
Mm.
And it was a recording of Steve Bannon saying,
Oh, yeah.
if we lose the next two elections, I'm going to jail.
And
And I
so
was
are a
like,
lot of
it's for
people
a
in
lot of
this
people.
room.
Yeah. And I was like,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, because you're breaking the fucking law. Yes, you're
hello?
kidnapping people off the streets. Like
Yeah.
I think what really hit
And
home
you
this
set
week,
these dominoes off, my guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that the one that was the most heartbreaking for me this week was the woman who's like a preschool teacher being pulled out
Mm,
of her school in
yeah.
Chicago in front of her kids. Like, what? That is not the group that, like, what?
There was also, I mean, this is unrelated to ICE, but there was a woman who's a housekeeper and she was with her husband. They walked up to the wrong house. This was in Indiana. And they like the person who owned the house shot her through the door. Like we have
Oh,
reached such an insane level of like paranoia and normalized violence in our country.
mm, yeah.
And yeah, I
There
don't know.
might be a reverse immigration. I don't think there is, though. I think if this week was any indication,
Mm,
the pendulum is going to swing back.
it always does.
It
It's
always
just
does.
how long is it going to take and what's going to happen in the interim.
Right. I don't know what's going to happen, but we just got to keep showing up and speaking out.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yep.
that's it.
I'm really
Keep giving.
focused on making joy.
Yes.
I'm gonna have friends over next weekend for a little home cafe moment,
Mm.
and I'm gonna put up my Christmas tree tomorrow.
What?
Yeah,
There she goes. You
I
mean
gotta do it.
your not green Christmas tree, your Christmas tree,
Correct. My sustainable Christmas
your
tree.
sustainable Christmas tree.
Shout out IKEA.
You're going right into the holidays. All
Yes,
right.
full steam.
Okay.
But in a hopefully I mean, again, non-capitalist. Capitalism is such an interesting term, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
not be an over having it. I'm trying to not over consume
Right.
this holiday season. Or if I do need to consume, starting my search secondhand first and then moving out from there.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
tend to
where we're
buy
at.
too much shit at Christmas that none of us need.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, yes and no. It's kind of nice. It's like throughout the year, I'll be like, oh, this made me think of you. I picked up the XYZ thing or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And I've kind of stopped doing that, but I'll still do it with kitchen ingredients because again, we all like to eat. So
Grandpa has like 50 bottles of hot
hot
sauce.
sauce, I
So
know. We're not doing hot
the
sauce
man does
anymore.
not need any more hot sauce.
No.
I saw that the other day. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, that's a lot of hot sauce.
I know.
He still hasn't
Um,
tried the yellow bonnet one. We brought him back from
oh,
Carolinas. So
oh, so he's working his way
he's
up.
afraid of that one.
Uh-huh. That's funny.
Scotch bonnets or
Yeah.
whatever they are.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
I miss having you next to me on this
I
couch, like
know.
speaking at this microphone right
Weird.
here.
Yeah.
Can't wait to come and hug you in person
Yeah.
and also see the girl,
Yeah.
also known
She's
as
right down there.
Nala, and
Yeah.
get my little boops in.
Oh yeah. She's gonna be so happy and then she's gonna be so sad when you leave.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Well, we'll all feel that way. So
Yeah.
that's unanimous.
Yeah.
But we'll see you again during the holidays. So that's good. She's like,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right.
drink some water.
Yes, I do need to do that.
And for those of you who want to join our meeting,
Mm-hmm.
sign up on the link. Though it's on our website, 12 Steps for Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send you a private link. We don't share your information, and you're welcome to join us in our little Zoom meeting where we just get to talk about stuff,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to talk about. And yeah, you're a miracle.
You're a miracle.
I
You're the
am.
miracles.
Yep, I am. All right. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and TikTok at 12 Steps for Everyone. That's at the number 12 Steps for Everyone.
Please like and follow us. You can also send us topics you want us to dig into or follow-up questions from each episode.
And if you know someone who would enjoy or benefit from our conversations, please feel free to share this with them. All are welcome here.